You're going to go on that carousel month after month, year after year, using up the best years of your life, while all of those other guys out there that aren't the prettiest, that don't have the exact right features, maybe they don't shoot as many guns as you like, Sydney, or maybe they're whatever else you're asking for that you demand that they have. I know you calling them male feminists, or maybe they don't love dogs. Maybe they don't like country music. You're ignoring them and you're looking for the prettiest guys. And what ends up happening is you're going to ride that carousel for your best years. These guys are going to be watching you ride that carousel year after year, and they're going to be building up anger and resentment for it. And then once you've given all of your best physical years to all of these men who are going to do you and dump you, you're finally going to meet that wall, and these looks are going to tank. And then you're going to look for the guys that are closer to your level of looks. And then the analogs for the prettiest face will start to play a role. Things like, how much money does he make? How popular is he? How much power does he have? Then those things will start to play a role. And ladies and gentlemen, it's commensurate based on how rapid those looks are disappearing for the young woman. Usually, sometimes it starts in the late 20s, but it's always with very rare exception, in the early 30s. And the faster those looks are dropping, they might still look great, just generally speaking. But men, all of the desire from the men around them is evaporating with their age. And it's directly proportional. The dropping of those looks, suddenly all of these men that they have ignored for all of these years, that they felt like they were above, that they felt like they didn't have to deign to be with, now they're suddenly looking at those guys. We see it everywhere around us. To deny it is to lie because you're benefiting from it. These women, these 35,000 plus, what they're saying is their gender, they're more loyal to their gender than they are to our people. Any woman who would argue for that state of affairs is saying she is more loyal to her gender than she is to our people. And that is despicable. And then what happens in these unions? Are we going to get good families out of those unions? No. In rare cases, exceptions to the rule, of course. But far and large, the woman is going to feel, after having had the carousel of pretty men, she now has to deign, she feels, to take the guy that was actually on her level 10 years, 15 years, 17 years after she should have had him, after she could have given him her best years. And she's going to resent having to be with a guy that is her equal in looks. And she's going to think that he's below her because she's had all of the pretty guys. And she's going to think that he's a dog because all of those pretty guys lied to her, cheated on her, treated her and her girlfriends like garbage. No shit. And how is he going to think? How is he going to feel? Well, I'll tell you what. Go back in time to when he's watching, when he doesn't have a chance in hell. No, doesn't matter. 20-year-old guy, 25-year, doesn't matter how hard he's working, how hard he's educating himself. This is the general rule I'm talking about here, not exceptions. If he doesn't have that pretty face, you have been ignoring him. He may have those guns. He may blast that country music. He may be as far from soy as goy. But you didn't see him. You walked by him in the airport. You walked by him at the grocery store. You walked by him at university. Time and time and time and time again. Because he didn't have that pretty face. So what did he do? He decided to give up. He decided to crawl into that basement Because, ladies and gentlemen, we all know the reality. Women decide who gets to date. Women decide who they're going to throw themselves on their back for. When men decide, they go to jail for rape. So since he's not getting chosen, since you've walked by him in all of these locales over and over again, saying to your girlfriends, tweeting out to the 35,000 other whores, and not specifically that Sydney, I don't know, and she's probably a delightful person. But I'm speaking about the average person right now, tweeting out to all of these whores that say, right on, sister, that there just aren't any men out there. I just went through the mall and got looked at by 35 guys. And that's no exaggeration. I've seen good-looking women walk through airports and every head turn. Every guy trying to get her attention. And she's not seeing any of them, no matter how good they are. Don't give me this bullshit about they're looking for resources. Nobody's looking for resources in Western civilization, where there's a grocery store in every corner, a cell phone in every hand, and a Louis Vuitton bag under every arm. Give me a break. What's going to happen to him? He gives up. He decides that he's going to go to the basement and start playing video games. And he gets fat, and he watches porn, and he resents you, and he gets pissed. He knows that you're giving your best years on your back to pretty guy after pretty guy as a concubine. And now suddenly, as your looks begin to tank, now you're suddenly going to notice him. Now you're suddenly going to give him that wrinkled smile with those incipient crow's feet showing up. Yeah. With that, no longer do you have that spread between your inner thighs. No. Now they're catching fire, baby. Now you got that chub rub going on. And now he gets to marry this. What a lucky guy. Lucky guy with all of this emotional and physical damage done to the bodies of these women. Then these really lucky guys get to marry them. Feeling that they're being deigned to marry, resenting the hell out of the woman for having given her best life. And now what does she want to do? Well, she wants to maybe spit out a child really quick. And you just go to work. You're not going to get to have any of the fun that she had with all of those pretty guys. No, just get your ass to work. This is why there is MGTOW. This is why there are far more white men out there who are flocking to MGTOW than the white positive sphere. Because of these decisions being made by our women. If we are going to save our race, if we are going to save Western kind, if we are going to save Western civilization, we have to get the people who make the decision, which is the women, to choose the men who are their equals. Stop holding out. Your naughty bits are not special. They're the same as every other woman's naughty bits. I know you think that somewhere deep down, because you're the one with the eggs, and it's true that biologically the eggs are far less numerous and are therefore far more important than the sperm. But your eggs are no more valuable than any other woman's. And those pretty guys, they'll have you for a while, and then they'll spit you out as damaged goods. And that is what you will be giving the guy you should have married 10 years earlier. What kind of children are going to come out of that union? Not good.